Hello, everyone. Welcome to the contributors meeting. I'm going to be your host today. I'm Leo, and starting off with triage and discussion. This week we had Dan and Pasha. I see Dan in the call. Dan, anything worth mentioning previous week?
Actually, Pasha's here too. Pasha, did you have any issues or PRs that you wanted to discuss?
I saw one. Let me share with you just a second. I was asked about this issue. Sending it. I didn't add it. I just So exactly same issue happens when you adding large manifest, and right now I saw the case when managing a big amount of manifest of workflow templates in Git, and in case when trying to synchronize them, these errors still appear. Like in the question, like why we put hard limit here, and why we not put it into some config or whatever? What is the impact on increasing it or decreasing? Like.
So this issue is closed.
Right. I just was asked about similar one. Just right now, we just increased limit in this pull request some time ago. We just increased number, but right now I can see that people still hit the new limit.
But is there an issue open for that, Pasha, or you're just
no?
Okay.
I was just asked. I will reopen it, but it's only one that.
So basically, you're saying that this issue is still happening.
Yes. Just for bigger amount of manifests.
Okay, and are you able to reproduce this somehow locally? Yeah. Cool. So if you can provide the test you ran and how to reproduce.
I will open Jira. Probably I will even do it, link it here.
Cool.
Oh, not Jira, sorry, GitHub issue.
All right.
Yeah.
Just curious, how you got into this issue specifically, Pasha? Is this something that you faced recently?
It's my colleague faced internally here.
Right.
So it was asked internally.
I see.
Also, I answered few discussions. Actually, nothing special here. And did few pull requests, some pull request reviews. That's actually it.
Is it something you want to share a link or
No.
You want to take offline?
No, that's it. This was
okay.
Only one.
All right. Thanks. Thank you, Pasha. Okay, so going back.
I'll just say for my stuff, I mostly focused on Slack and just answering questions there, and I didn't run into any major issues, just a lot of normal misconfiguration stuff, a lot of the same questions that typically get asked.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Pasha, for running the triage this week. So yeah, let's see who can drive for next week. Any volunteers in the call? So we need one volunteer for primary, another one for secondary. Otherwise, I'll go down the list. John, are you in the call? No. Jan, are you in the call?
I'm here. Yeah, just not me.
Okay. Thanks, Jan. Any volunteers for secondary? Danielle, Sifer.
I could do secondary.
Who's that? Sorry?
Christian. I can do that. I could do secondary.
Okay, Christian
Yeah. No,
Hernandez, is that you?
Yeah, there we go. Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so for today we have three topics. Bagnaran, I added you I added you first. I have two to discuss later on. So let me open here in a new tab. So yeah, you wanna say a few words about this? Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, my name's Matt. I just use my GitHub handle, so everything's consistent on there. But yeah, essentially, I wanted to contribute the ability to parse or detect the Helm value files recursively from the app path rather than just the flat directory. And the reason is kind of following some of the Helm guidance and best practices around multiple value files under subdirectories, such as like stage, staging, production, whatever the case may be. And this automatically uses Golang file path has a walk func capability. Instead of, I guess, kind of implementing it ourselves, we can inherit some of the key functions that provides. For instance, it doesn't traverse symbolic links, so you kind of mitigate the risk of breaking out of that file system if that were the case. Yeah, so Jason Meredith, he kind of left that comment, so I'm going to address that just to follow best practices. But yeah, I just wanted to get discussion and commentary on this contribution.
It looks like a good PR to have. No objections on my part. Not sure if others in the call have anything to add, but it looks like a good new feature to add. Anyone?
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, thank you for collaborating with this feature. I guess it's just a matter of getting someone else to review, approve, and get it merged.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so moving forward, so I brought two PRs that I worked lately, and I wanted to highlight yeah, the two for us to discuss here today. So the first one is an issue that we faced at Intuit recently. So there are some jobs that are currently monitoring Argo CD API server, and we got notified that those jobs are eventually returning 502s, and doing some validation internally. I checked that while restarting the API server, it is actually having some downtime, right? So there's no looking at the code base. Contrary to what the code was saying, I didn't find the implementation to have it really implementing the graceful shutdown, and that's the work that I provided in as part of this PR. Not sure if others that are participating longer in the project have some history behind the reason why it is implemented this way. But basically what I've done in the API server is basically yeah, here shutdown function, and basically where is it? Down below. Yeah, I'm basically having a stop channel that I'm creating that gets notified by sigturn sigint, and if that ever happens, I call the shutdown function that will be calling every single service that we have, calling the shutdown function in every single service that we have running as part of the API server. So we have the HTTPS server, the HTTP server, and so forth, right? The gRPC, the metric server, all of them. So none of this was done. Not sure if it was for a reason, but yeah, I implemented this PR. It is in draft right now. I didn't have the time to really validate it. I just implemented the code. But if someone has any history or any objection, please let me know. I'll try to dedicate some time next week to work on this one. Okay, so this is one. The next one is something we discussed in the past, which is kind of a problem that we have today as a GitOps engine living in a separate repo. There are some operational burden that happens every time we need to update that library. So we discussed that we should be merging that library back to Argo CD. Just merge it already. Yeah. It's not that simple. So this one, not sure if you're talking about this one or the previous one that I mentioned, but so basically my proposal was to bring GitOps engine library back to Argo CD code base, but preserving the whole history, right? A lot of contributors helped improving the GitOps engine library. So I didn't want to just do a simple commit with all and losing all the history from everyone. So basically I found a not so hard way to preserve the history from a independent repo, and that's what I'm doing right here, right? So I have this PR with all commits done in the history of GitOps engine back in Argo CD repo in a dedicated folder. There are a few problems with this approach that I didn't anticipate. First one is a DCO. So DCO says that there are a bunch of commits that are not signed off, and some of them are signed off by a different email account. So this example here shows Alex added a commit. So his previous email was this, and now the expected one is this one. So we need to decide how to address the DCO issues identified in all commits in GitOps engine.
I would just set them to pass. You know,
say that again.
You can just set them to pass.
Okay.
When you look at it, so as a maintainer, you can just set it to pass, and it will just mark them all as successful. Because the issue here, I mean, part of the reason that some of these commits are mismatched is because DCO bot checks the email against the user, and like in the case of Alexander, like that's not active anymore. So all these commits they've been in the repo for a long time, they're safe. It's not like there's any issue with them. So I would just set the DCO bot to pass, because you're not going to retroactively go and sign all these commits.
Right. Yeah, this is one. I agree with that. Problem, I think the biggest problem here is this type of commits here, where somehow the DCO was totally missed.
I think that's fine. I mean, if you look in the Argo CD repository, if you look past a certain date, every commit doesn't have a sign off, right? Because we introduced the DCO. I don't know when previously we had this CLA, this contributor license agreement stuff, and it was very Intuit specific. I think there was some legal text from Intuit in there, and I think at one point in time the project decided to drop the CLA and go with DCO. And for Argo CD, we made it mandatory at some point in time. I don't know if it's mandatory since a certain point in time for GitOps engine as well. But from my point of view, there's like, you know, I mean, these commits are already there in the GitOps engine repository without, you know, without without being signed off. Sorry. So and there is a lot of those commits in Argo CD as well. And
Okay.
I guess it's, you know,
Well, it's like all of these commits are already shipping.
yes, that's
Right.
Yeah, that's
we
totally
just don't have the history in the main repo anymore. So all of it's
Yeah.
there. It's just getting the history.
I see.
Do you know how to set it to pass, Leo?
I can find
Yeah, that's it right there. You found it. Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Easy enough. All right, cool. Thanks. So this is one. The other one is really going back and fixing all references to the GitOps engine inside the project itself. So that's the reason why it's still draft. So it's not a complete task. I was just willing to prove the possibility to merge two distinct Git repos, preserving the history, right? So this is a thing that I wanted to prove here. It is working. So right now it's really the task to fix the references, and the DCO thing, it was something I also wasn't sure about. So thanks for clarifying. I'll also try to find time to work on this one. Okay. So that's it. Any last minute topic someone wants to bring up for discussion today?
I just wanted to remind people that I have a proposal since a while about the source verification policies, and I'd really appreciate some reviews. There's also like a almost mergeable POC PR that people can use to test out. So
do you want to provide the links, Jan, for those? Can add to the doc.
It is just one moment. This one.
Okay. Source verification policies.
Yeah, that's basically the evolvement of the GPG commit signing functionality. Well, it will basically improve GPG commit verification and opens the door for other methods. So potentially for six-door like cosign stuff, and multi-source applications will be supported, and stuff like that. Yeah. So
Sounds good. Thanks, Jan. So no one reviewed this yet, right?
I don't think so. Maybe there's one or two comments, but there was no review. And yeah, there is I think it's linked from the PR's description. There is a POC PR implementing that.
Cool.
Yeah, especially there is a couple of open questions that might need some further discussions. So yeah.
And is it something you want to discuss here, or
not yet? I mean, people can take the time and read the proposal, and
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know. Add it to the doc, so we have history. Cool. Thanks, Jan. Any other topics someone wants to bring up? Okay, so if not, I'll give back a few minutes in your day, and see you all next week. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you.
Bye.